Back in the zone here, and we're heading to the gridiron, where the Washington Commanders are facing some challenges.
What? Again?
This is like continuous.
All day.
These are over the new name, the Commanders. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office just denying the team's request to trademark the Washington Commanders. So here to weigh in on the issue is Seth Behrensweig, legal expert and managing partner of Behrensweig Leonard. Seth, good to see you. First of all, let's start from the top. Is this common? Because I imagine that this does happen.
Well, it's extremely rare when you're talking about a sophisticated business organization. And you know, perhaps that's not what we're talking about when we're talking about the Washington Commanders. But I can't express how unbelievably shocking and how completely clueless this is for one of the small handful of professional sports franchises to actually drop the football on this. In order to be able to protect your brand, your trademark is at the heart of that. And you have to file for trademark protection at the Patent and Trademark Office, as you've noted. Before you file for a trademark protection, anybody can go online and see whether or not someone is already pre-registered. Guess what happens? Somebody already pre-registered the Washington Commanders, a D.C. resident, as well as, by the way, a related mark related to the Commanders Classic. It's a college football game happening annually. So it's really just shocking that they dropped the ball on this. In a sophisticated business environment, you really rarely, if ever, see this.
Seth, I imagine that if you're running the Commanders organization, doesn't matter how cheap you are, you want money, right? And if you're going to patent and trademark a name like the Commanders, to your point, when you go through the process of looking at all the names that are at your disposal, before you pick, you go to your counsel, you go to your attorneys, and you say, let's make sure that this is available before I start selling T-shirts and telling the world that this is what I want to be named for eternity here. Did they just not consult their attorneys, or did the attorneys say, yeah, go ahead, we'll figure it out later?
You know, it really is a mystery, and it's difficult to say. I would like to think that they have some kind of sophisticated intellectual property business law counsel, but they may not have done a very good job lifting up the hood. There's this principle in trademark law called consumer confusion, which basically says, in addition to the point that if somebody already filed it, too bad, so sad, if this is confusing with another mark that you can't get it. One of the things that's so shockingly rare about this instance is that in an acquisition standpoint, and of course we know that the Josh Harris Group is about to close this deal within the next 30 days, this ball dropping would have a profound impact on the sale. The mark and the mark of this team and the brand of the Washington Commanders is so tarnished in such a unique and severe way that I don't even think it's going to have an impact on the sale or the price. And that, again, is a very rare feature here.
So, do the people who already own the Commanders name, can they sell it to this Commanders franchise for a whole bunch of money? Is that something that will probably happen, or do they have to go get a new name?
Well, the owner of the mark can do a few things. And again, it's a gentleman who's a D.C. resident that actually predicted this. And he put this in as a filing, and it turns out that he was right. He can license the trademark. He can sell the trademark. There's a couple of things that he can do. He can also file for an injunction to keep them from using his mark. So really the ball's in his court. I'm seeing some indications on social media that he's indicated that he's going to just transfer it. He can do it if he feels like it, but I'll predict that someone will put a bug in his ear and say, why don't you ask for a few zeros on a check before you turn that over?
I'm sure, Seth, there's a lot of attorneys that are listening, that are looking for that man and saying, hold on a second, let me help you out with this transaction.
What his name is?
I know that even Joe may be looking for this man and be like, hold on a second.
I just Googled it. Right when we went to him.
There are definitely trademark squatters, as you said, Seth, and we know that there's one person in this area who basically came up with every potential name that the Commanders or the Washington football team could come with, and one of them was Commanders. So we'll see where that goes. Seth Behrensweig, we appreciate your expertise, and we'll see where this heads from now until maybe we'll be calling the Washington Revolutionaries. That's CW, but who knows?